You know, I've realized something. Over the last year, as I've become a dad, I've seen many changes with myself. I've become disinterested in many of the things that used to bring me pleasure. I've become more interested in sitting on the couch. I've put on weight, but there is one thing that I'm missing to be peak dad. I haven't seen all the Marvel movies. That's right. For those of you who don't know, I've only seen a handful of Marvel movies. I think I've seen first Iron Man, and I think that's it. They just don't make me that interested in watching all the others. That being said, I have to recognize that the Marvel universe has had such a cultural impact that it's right up there with, you know, Star Wars and Harry Potter. For me to go the rest of my life without having not seen more than just a couple of them seems like I'm just doing myself disservice in terms of embracing and living through a cultural zeitgeist. That gives us about 40 Marvel properties in total. There might be some give or take depending on how they come out and when they actually hit streaming services, but I'm gonna watch them in chronological order in terms of their phases. So I can't make any promises. This is going to just evolve into the way that it is, but I'm hoping to do a movie as close to every night as I can so that I can get through them as fast as I can before I get burned out. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, this is the first time. I actually haven't even double checked to see if they have every single Marvel movie on Disney Plus. I'm assuming they do. I mean, regardless, or with the exception of maybe some that just came out or something. Jokes that are very 2008. It's wild how much you can go back and watch not even that old of movies, and there was such a social shift. I feel like pre and post Harvey Weinstein kind of era, where you know, he's making a lot of comment. Just what is it? He's objectifying women, which I get as part of the character, but I feel like they would have written that a little bit differently now. The humor style, like the writing, like almost the tone of sort of sarcasm, and I don't know, just like the tone of something about Tony Stark as a character. His humor is like the infancy of what now is the voice of Marvel, and I don't know if it's like a chicken or the egg. You know what I mean? Like, Jeff Bridges plays an amazing villain because he's kind of got that like teddy bear, but then the darkness to the character is just a cool, it's a cool vibe. So the very first Marvel movie, which was Iron Man, starring Robert Downey Jr., came out in 2008. What do I think of it? I mean, like I said, I've seen it probably the most times. I remember it being very exciting because it was so fresh. The idea of superhero movies were coming off of a lot of hit and misses. You know, you had the Spider-Man series, which was really good, the third one, which was really weak. Then you had the Hulk by that, I always forget his name, that same director who did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And that was widely regarded as terrible. I thought it was good, but I was a little kid, so I don't even remember. Anyways, I remember the feeling of the times when that first Iron Man movie came out. And it was really cool. And rewatching it, it does hold up quite well. Like I said, Marvel hasn't found the voice. You know, it didn't quite feel like it was a movie that was going to be a part of a bigger thing. But if I were to talk about the movie by itself, so much of it is front-weighted on just introducing who Tony Stark is. You know, they spent a lot of the movie obviously just trying to develop him from sort of a almost a villain to a hero, and it's an interesting story, but the relationship between him and Penny is weird, and I can't remember if they further developed that, but it seemed like a lot of the movie was like kind of tiptoeing around that when it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't really care about it, to be honest. I felt like it was kind of dumb, and the animation, while it holds up on the Foley CGI, you know, like the Iron Man actual CGI, it's weird how there's certain, when objects are interacting with real world things, it looks terrible, it looks really dated. So the movie was good. I don't have that much to say about this one because it's pretty middle of the road kind of action movie, and I also have seen it a lot of times. So Next is The Incredible Hulk, which is a movie I really actually have no interest in seeing, but I have never seen it. And I remember that being, people just always comparing it to the old Incredible Hulk, the one that I just mentioned, which that one was like sort of an artsy film, and this one was, from what I remember from the trailers and everything, is just more of your typical sort of blockbuster. So I'm interested to see how it actually was, but to be honest, the Hulk just doesn't interest me too much as a superhero.